Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Milwaukee Development. I didn't think I was going to talk about anything until the weekend, but kind of popped up in my feed, and of course, it was posted up half an hour ago that they suggestion demolish the. I know they talk about demolish a certain building and make it a convention center hotel. The building they talking about is the Miller Highlight Theater right next to the Panther Arena. But like I said, I'm okay with them tearing down the Highlight Theater because we got too many, theaters and stuff like that around. So I just thought, it would be like a good idea. So let me read. So Milwaukee will benefit from demolishing the Miller Highlight Theater and replacing it with a 650 room convention headquarters hotel. That's the key takeaway from a 116-page report prepared for Wisconsin Center District by consulting firm Hundred Partners. Okay, so they're going to discuss it this Friday. Okay. According to the report, after the 456 million Bear Center expansion, Milwaukee is now meeting space heavy hotel room light and behind on hotel quality. Well, we kind of knew that, so just saying that they needed more hotels, and like some of them like getting like hard to develop because either prices went up, when it comes to like construction and stuff, and yeah, it's the same thing saying like we were supposed to have that, that soccer field supposed to be ready this year, but it still never took ground yet. Like the only thing in that area that our Iron District was built was that the housing place. So yeah, that's just crazy. So let's see. Milwaukee, according to hundreds of analysts, is losing convention business due to insignificant hotel rooms based on event booking data. 100 concludes Milwaukee lost at least 330,000 hotel room nights annually between 2024 and next year. Oh, they calculating that head. And 18% of the loss was due to lack of hotel supply. Well, which we kind of knew anyway. The highly anticipated study has already led Alderman Robert Baldwin to successfully push for the historic destination of Miller Highlight Theater and the UWM Panther Arena. Let's see. Of course, he's part of the board member. Say he was advancing the destinations because of the building's clear historic. Well, like I can understand, like with the Miller Highlight Theater, I graduated on that stage that day in 2000, and I can understand like being historic and stuff like that because half of the people do graduate, in there, but they stopped doing that and just having like supposed to have either the Bear Center or like other places. But it was just like I said in the first place, ever since they started the construction with the fires of Forum, we gonna end up needing some hotels. Um, let's see. Let's see. Historic relevance, and so the public will have a chance to weigh on in any possible convention center development. Choosing to replace the theater over over the arena avoids one thorny issue that came to light during a historic presentation debate. The Milwaukee Admirals and the GW Milwaukee men's basketball team. Yeah, because they all had to end up, either the Panthers would have to play at their old arena in the UWM grounds, or maybe develop that one, which I don't know if they had the money to reconstruct or whatever. And the Admirals, it used to be Bradley Center. Bradley Center is no more, and like they could play at the Fires of Forum, but they said I think is like it wasn't enough for them to like do like certain amount of games. So that's the issue. But at the same time, they want to push for like an NHL team. So I don't get none of that mess. So let's see, just reading a little bit more of it. Of course, the district is funded by a variety of taxes, including the half-cent food and beverage sales tax and hotel room tax, of course. Based on the analysis of hotel rooms per convention space has 1,210 rooms in nearby large headquarters hotel. Of course, the Hilton, the largest one, largest hotel in the city. But let's see, is 579 rooms short of the average of its peers. There are 2,144 walkable hotel rooms near the Bear Center, but that amount is like 2,426 short of an average of its peers. So, at the same time, you understand, why, excuse me, the mayor was pushing for housing and stuff, but if you want to have more guests here, gotta have like hotels. Especially there is like a lot like around in the city and like in the county. But I don't know if they would like count that, but I guess they want to count something that's like close by. Cause the Brewers may be doing something in their area, which was finally they needed to. Let's see. I'm just trying to see what more. So reports that there are currently 44 hotels with 6,145 combined rooms within 2 miles of the Bear Center, but that the hotel supply of the luxury and upscale segment is relatively old with an average age of 22 years. My thing is, like, they still keep it decent, then I don't know. Let's see, the hotel project is divided in 2 phases of its plan. First phase will include a high-rise with at least 50 guest room, 62,000 square feet of meeting space, and 15,000 square feet of retail space, 15,000 square feet of active public plaza green space. The second phase of the hotel project will include 150 apartments and 15,000 square feet of retail space. They don't need no apartments. Just make like another hotel. Let's see. They evaluated 6 sites for the development. The theater area, county-owned parking lot that's on 6th and State, city-owned parking on the one on 4th Wisconsin, which they was talking about they was going to do something like that in the first place. So, I don't know. The Milwaukee State Office building, which was supposed to move, but we still don't know what's going on with that because it's supposed to move like around 27 to Wisconsin, but they're still there, and I guess the funds. I guess that's the problem. And 310 West Office Building, which is the blue building. Okay, the alderman suggests that he thought the parking lot on 601 West Wells should have been studied, which I do agree. But the theater and the arena sites ranked the highest on the scoring matrix with the city-owned site. Okay. Loan targeted for a hotel coming in third. Of course, last year the Braves Center drew like 1.1 million visits with arena 591,000 and the theater 244,000. So, of course, they still permanently like book shows in the theater. The report also speculates soon to open Landmark Credit Union, which will be open this coming month, could take business from the theater. See, Miller Highlights Theater, Lars Cassidy also offers a competitive advantage for high-impact events. However, it faces competition from venues that are higher quality or offer more historic charm. So, yep, that's what it looks like. So, they do that, big deal. It's like we're not gonna miss anything. They actually, start to do that. So the theater will need $18.5 million in capital improvements through 2044, sorry, including $11.2 million by 2030. The arena will require $54.8 million in capital repairs, including $26.7 million by 2030. Oh, jeez. Of course, it was constructed in 1909. It was indicate that there was approximately $20 million in debt outstanding from its 2003 renovation. Okay. Well, yeah. Like I said, I'm for them. Tearing the theater down because, like I said, we have like one too many. So, like, I'm for it. And I guess that's what it's gonna look like if they do. So yeah, it's kind of like looking. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so just getting a like good look at it. So will they show the picture close up? Yeah, because I can see it. The Panther Arena would still be there, and they have this big old convention hotel, which would be interesting. And plus, like I said, they was planning on doing something, across the street with that the Milwaukee office building. Was years ago they were supposed to move to 27th in Wisconsin, and I guess they tear down all those other buildings that's over there. Their space is just for them ready to construct, but it looks like they're not doing anything anytime soon. But anyways, guys, what are your thoughts about this? You're in the Milwaukee area. What you think? Would this be more helpful? To get more conventions and stuff like that. Yeah, comment below. And plus, we can have people like drive in, from Green Bay, from Madison, Chicago, and stuff. Spend the day down there and just go to the conventions and stuff. So, and I think that's the one thing they didn't add. So, I don't know. Please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. When we get there, we will do giveaways. But anyways, check out the website, WrestlingFansSpeakOut.weebly.com. Thank our sponsors and thank the people we are sponsoring. So, man up, warming up, face up, check your mental health. Until the next video, you guys have a good one. See you later.